Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on Location. Tonight we are on the beautiful campus of Wayzata High School in Wayzata, Minnesota, bringing you boys Section 5A lacrosse, and the final is going to feature the visiting Red Knights of Benilde-St. Margaret's coming out on Highway 55 all the way out to Wayzata to take on the #1 seed Wayzata Trojans. Both their records are even at 12-3. But in preparing for this game, I look at three keys. Number one, Wayzata's coming in on a 9-game winning streak. They have not lost since May 1st. Meanwhile, the Red Knights are on a 4-game winning streak. Also on top of that is their strength of schedule. Wayzata has played 4 out of the top 10 in the state, and also Benilde-St. Margaret's has also played 4 in the top 10. The big key stat is the defense of the Red Knights. They've only given up 65 goals all season long, as opposed to Wayzata Trojans, who have given up 106. I can't go anywhere else. I'm live on TV right now, sorry. Well, you'll have to talk to the producer. All right, sorry. So we're back at the center circle. We're about to begin. Red Knights again got here by beating Rogers in the semifinal, and they won that match 13-5. Wayzata just got by Maple Grove 9-7 in their semifinal, and here they are out here in Wayzata. Both teams 12-3. They're meeting at center field. We're about to begin. The center person is going to be Geerton to take the face-off, and we'll see who's going to take it for Wayzata here. I can pass along the leading scores. Okay. Okay. Okay, sounds good. Okay, well, we're going to take a break. We got to relocate where we are, and we will move to another location. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. Glad you're with us, and stay with us.
Millions plan for retirement online. Estimate your future benefits, apply for retirement, and manage your benefits all from the comfort of your home. And give yourself the freedom to do what you want offline. Social Security's online services help put you in control with secure access to your information anytime, anywhere, allowing you to spend more time with family, friends, or simply just enjoying the day. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Sports on Location, and we are in a much better sub-location here at the stadium on this beautiful high school campus of Wayzata High School, bringing you Section 5A boys lacrosse final. All right, we were in the press box, but it was a little crowded with other broadcasts going on, and so we were shooed away nicely, of course, and now we've relocated here, and we've got our monitor, and we're underway here. Our score with 4:46 to go following a timeout by the Red Knights. Their first real possession of the match, and they are down 3-0 here. Now inside, that is to David Langevin. His dad was a pro hockey player with the Islanders. I met him in the parking lot after the semifinal and had a nice talk with him about his 4 Stanley Cup wins with the Islanders. That's his grandson, David Langevin, out there. And now we have a whistle and a stoppage with 4:33 to go in the first quarter. My name is Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us here on ParkTV 16 Sports. Again, our score 3-0. Trojans come in ranked higher in the top 10 than the Red Knights, and right now they have shown that on the field with 3 quick goals, beating Josh Imes. And now we're going to have a penalty called, a push, and now a power play opportunity for the Red Knights for 30 seconds. We're back underway, 4:31 to go. With it, that's Dylan Popane around to the near side. That's Jack Anderson. He had 4 goals the other night. Now around the horn to number 21, David Langevin once again. Now the top of the key. Red Knights, their first sustained possession. Now pass and a shot and a goal down on the doorstep, and that was the aforementioned David Langevin. And I believe that was Jack Anderson to Dylan Popane, and then they found Langevin, who'd snuck in along that left post, received that pass at about head high and deposited it high into the net. Here's the replay right here. And a nifty pass and a goal beats the goaltender, Brendan Lavender, and the Red Knights have now struck in the first quarter. Our score 3-1. That goal comes with 4 minutes, 15 seconds remaining, and we go back to the center circle to do the honors for the Trojans. That's Camerian Powell, the senior, against Girton, and the Trojans win another faceoff, such a key statistic in a successful campaign in lacrosse, and now with it into the offensive end. That is number 2, Bennett Brown. He already has a goal tonight. He is one of the leading scorers, their second leading scorer. He's got 41 goals, 9 assists, 50 points on the year. And all right, the Trojans have it. Can they answer back with it? Again, that's number 3, Sukup. Sukup tries the left side of the lane, now behind the net to number 8. That is Cullen Britz, their leading scorer. He has 69 points total, 39 goals, 30 assists. Look out for him as they rotate around. No one putting pressure on the man behind the net. That's 8. Again, Britz comes around, his shot gets deflected out of bounds, and the Trojans will retain possession. 3:29 left in the clock in the first quarter. Winner goes to the state tournament. I'm Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us here as we're streaming live on YouTube. This is ParkTV 16 Sports on location. Now with the ball, number 18, Will Maleka. 25 points on the year, 16 goals, 9 assists. Takes his time, now to the right side to number 3, Thor Sukup. Sukup will try that right side. Popane marking him. Now behind the net. Coming to the near side. Spin move, loses it, and it comes all the way out, and that is going to be, they keep it in the zone just right at the time, and there to retrieve it was Maleka for the Trojans. Not a lot of aggressive pressure to go get that ball. And now coming in on the near side, driving that lane, Maleka still holding on to it. 2:45 remaining in the first quarter of this final match to go to the state tournament, and the bouncing shot to Josh Imes and a great outlet pass. He hits Johnson Nixon, and now wide open on the near side. That's Leo Gagnon. He's got numbers if he moves quickly. Now behind the net, David Langevin comes back. Now the top of the key, inside in between. The backhanded shot is off the mark. Rebound though, Red Knights retain possession. 2:19 remaining. Now to the top of the key, Jack Anderson comes off the sideline. Following him, number 17, Griffin Elliott. That's Elliott right there, 17 at the 40-yard line. As we approach the 2-minute mark remaining in quarter number 1, Wayzata got off to 3 quick goals to start quarter number 1. The Red Knights finally got on the board with David Langevin. Now driving the near side, Leo Gagnon grinds and shoots, and the save by Brendan Lavender. Comes in with a .580 save percentage, giving up 6.25 goals a game, and now the Wayzata Trojans have it, and that is Lavender. Lavender now steps out to the near side. That is number 12 with it, Odin Sean. Sean now across midfield, splits the defense, showing great speed, and then pulls up and gives it off to number 3, Thor Sukup. Sukup now being guarded closely. 1:20 remaining in quarter number 1, and all the way across to the far side, he finds number 6, Cam Johnson. Johnson has 11 goals, 14 assists, 25 points on the year. 1:11 remaining in quarter number 1. No shot clock in lacrosse. They can hold it for as long as they want. Now moving, coming on the near side, much like a point guard in basketball. And he gives it up, and now they rotate to the top of the key. That's Bennett Brown. He already has a goal tonight. That's number 2. Now he gets pushed back. 50 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. Now he cuts back right, shoots, goes over the net, out of bounds. And that brought an ooh and an ah from the crowd as he narrowly missed as he went right over the crossbar. We can go to the replay. Nope, we're going to continue on here. And play underway. 41.3 seconds remaining. Trojans with it. Trying to get back to that 3-goal lead. And now the quick shot and the kick save by Imes. And with it is number 24, the big Judah Johnson Nixon, the senior defender, comes away with the rebound. With 23 seconds left, Red Knights have it. Now that is Johnson Nixon again. Gets it ahead across midfield to Dylan Popane on the far side. Popane has 36 points on the year, 19 goals, 17 assists. And now coming in is Jack Anderson. Look for him to make a move, takes a shot. He bounces it wide right behind the net. And the Red Knights retain possession with 1.7 seconds remaining. And there is the horn signaling the end of quarter number 1. So after 1 complete in the Section 5A Boys Lacrosse Final, our score, Trojans 3, Red Knights 1. Come on back for the second half, or second quarter, as you're watching ParkTV 16 Sports.
And to explain to somebody, in my situation, it's very invisible.
It's a daily battle sometimes. How am I going to feel today?
Walk MS is like walking into a world that you belong to.
Happiness, meet with other people who have MS, have a great support group.
The idea of MS and living with such a chronic disease can be scary at times. That day is just about being amongst people and seeing the hope.
You see 3,000 people come to say, we're going to fight this thing with you, no matter how long it takes or what it takes.
It's beautiful. It's like a sea of circles, never-ending love, you know?
We need the support. That's our support group.
A cure is on the line for me.
For me.
For me.
A cure is on the line for all of us.
Back to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We are at the beautiful campus of Wayzata High School in Wayzata, Minnesota, bringing you live lacrosse action, the Section 5A finals, the winner to go to the state tournament. We have the Trojans of Wayzata coming in with a 12-3 record. The Red Knights also 12-3, both ranked in the top 10. What a great matchup we have. Wayzata got off to 3 goals quickly in the first quarter. The Red Knights did answer near the end of the first, and that's how we start the second quarter. I'm Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us here on ParkTV 16 Sports. We go to the center circle and the all-important face-off, which the Trojans have had the better of the Red Knights so far in quarter number 1. And to do the honors for the Red Knights, it's always Owen Gerton, and he'll go against number 15, Cameron Prowell, and there's Prowell. Does he get it? No, the Red Knights get that to start the second quarter, and that's Gerton, number 5, and he'll rush it all the way into the offensive zone, and now behind the net, the Red Knights will start their offense, but a very aggressive defense being employed by the Trojans. They push the perimeter on the Red Knights. Now rushing around behind the net are the Red Knights, and now to the near side, that's Dylan Popane. Now stepping off the sideline in on the offensives, their leading scorer, that's Jack Anderson, number 23. He'll rush that right side, take a shot, bounces it, rebound though, into the basket of David Langevin, and now the Red Knights have it to the far side. Rushing that far side, Gagnon, no, that was Jack Anderson actually. It's hard to see their numbers from my vantage point, those dark gray, there's no lights on here, but again, I believe that was number 17, Griffin Elliott. All right, now that's David Langevin behind the net. As we approach 11 minutes, nice pass, threads the needle. Jack Anderson, he takes some hits and he gets the ball poke checked out of his basket, and now they double team David Langevin, and number 27 for the Wayzata Trojans, Jack Billingsley, recovers the ball, and a nice defensive play by the Trojans, and now they are in business on the offense as number 7 rushes the field, Colin Bierman. And now the Trojans with that 2-goal lead, and with it, number 8, Cullen Britz, the leading scorer, and he'll pull up shop, and there's some substitutions as coming onto the field, Thor Sukup, one of their other leading scorers. And now we're on offense for the first time in the second quarter, the Trojans. Interesting field setup here. It reminds me of old Metropolitan Stadium. The Vikings, when they used to play there, the teams would be on the same side of the field. That's the setup here, as you can see in the foreground of your picture. Okay, Trojans with it, and that's a quick wraparound shot taken by Britz. He misses everything, and it goes out of bounds. And it appears the Trojans will retain possession. Clock stopped with 10:11 remaining in the second quarter. I'll remind you, you are watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. I'm Robert Christensen, glad you're with us. And the Trojans have the ball now with exactly 10 minutes to go in quarter number 2. That is number 8, Cullen Britz. He rushes that right hash mark, past the other side, the quick shot, and a save by Josh Imes. So after giving up 3 to start the match, he's come up with a couple big saves, and now the Red Knights have it, and they will work it up the field on that far side, and now they hit number 2 on the far side. That's Vincent Ferret for the Red Knights. Now with it, Johnson Nixon, and the Red Knights have it behind the Wayzata goal. Now to the near side, that's Dylan Popane, looking for his 20th of the year. And now with it is number 3, that's Holton Vanderlinde. He has 37 points on the season. Coming into this one now, coming in and taking the shot was number 17, Griffin Elliott. He got a poke checked out of his basket right at the last second. We go to that replay. That is Griffin Elliott. He came in and that was just lost it out of the end of his basket. Couldn't tell if exactly it was from the poke check, but now a turnover on the Red Knights gives it back to the Trojans, and now they'll have it with 9 minutes to go in quarter number 2, their second possession on offense. So far, no scoring in the second quarter. 4 goals in the first, and now Bill and Popane almost snaked that ball, but couldn't come up with it. Tried to sneak up behind Cullen Britz, who has actually, that's number 18 for the Trojans, Will Maleka. All right, now Maleka single-handedly coming right in, tried to get a pass inside to Weatherford. He couldn't handle it, ball loose, and Imes, the goaltender for the Red Knights, have it, and another stoppage. So they're 2 for 2 in stopping the Trojans in the second quarter. And now they'll work the ball back up with 8:23 and counting to go before halftime. That's 0, Cole Langevin. And it gets all the way through. They missed that outlet pass, and now it's loose, and the Red Knights have a chance to take it right back, and they do. And now they have possession on the offensive end. That looks like Leo Gagnon. Again, it's hard to see those numbers that far away to truly identify who has it. I'll do the best I can. Bear with me. Appreciate your patience. Now in that far corner, appears to be Gagnon. Might have to go to the binoculars to help me out here. 18. That's number 16, Leo Gagnon. I've caught it on the binoculars, and now with it is Jack Anderson. 74 degrees at game time, very little wind, 4 miles an hour out of the southwest, and there's Jack Anderson, and he finds Paydirt in the back of the net, and it's 3-2 now, as the Red Knights have now scored 2 consecutive goals after giving up 3 initial ones early. And watch Jack Anderson with that laser shot. He's a big, strong kid. Found that opening. The defense was slow getting over Ben Weekly, and that gave Anderson the opening, and he beats Levander with 7:29 to go in the second quarter. We'll go back to the center circle. All important face-off once again. Every one of these are matter, especially with the state tournament on the line for both these teams. They haven't played each other this year. Only a few common opponents. And now a whistle just as that face-off was occurring, and they're going to give it to the Red Knights, infraction against the Trojans. And so now a chance for the Red Knights to get their 3rd consecutive goal. Their 2nd of the second quarter, and they have it with 7:23 to go in the far corner. They lose it momentarily, and now we got a whistle and a stoppage with 7:16 remaining. And the Red Knights will retain possession. That far corner. Leo Gagnon rushes, coming in, goes down and scores it. Number 16, Leo Gagnon, and these Red Knights now have answered with 3 consecutive goals of their own, starting late in the first quarter, and that is, in fact, it's 19. So, sorry, I got that wrong. Colin Goodwater, just a freshman, gets that goal. Very difficult to see those numbers, especially in this low light. And he goes down and takes a shot, and he draws a flag to boot. So the Red Knights should be on the power play following that 3rd goal, and we're tied up with 7:11 to go in the second quarter. Colin Goodwater, number 19, gets the goal. Just a freshman. Came in with 10 goals on the year, 3 assists. He now has 11. And we go back to the center circle, and Girton has gotten the better of number 15, Prowell, in the last couple of faceoffs. Let's see how that goes, and another whistle, and they're going to give it to the Red Knights. So they're seeing something wrong with how Prowell is approaching that faceoff. 2nd time in a row the whistle, and now the Red Knights have it, and they have the momentum. And into the offensive end is number 13, Raphael Johnson-Nixon, another captain. And now the Red Knights looking to take their first lead on this possession. As I look at the clock, we're just under 7 minutes to go before halftime. Now Jack Anderson has an opening inside, an open Red Knight. Now he loses it. That's David Langevin, and the ball's still loose. There's a trip, no call, and now there is a late call, and they're going to call the trip on the Red Knights. That'll turn the ball over to the Trojans, who have had very little offense here in the second quarter. And I'm sure they are frustrated about that, and now the clock stopped with 6:38 to go. And here come the Trojans on that far end. That's number 2, Bennett Brown. He has a goal already tonight, and he'll hold up shop there as he delivers it to number 6, Cam Johnson. Johnson now pushed way out towards the 50-yard line. Now he'll put a move on. He'll spin back around now to number 3. That's Sukup. To number 2, Brown. Now behind the net, Brits. Their big hitters are out there. Look at the clock. We're at 6 minutes to go before halftime. Second quarter here. The home of the Trojans. Now cutting inside, taking a shot, deflected in front. Rebound now picked up, though, by the Trojans. That was number 22, Ryder Alstead. Alstead has 42 points on the year. Trojans know how to score goals. They had 181, and just as I say that, they score one there. Thor Sukup, the sophomore midfielder, answers with 5:46 to go in the second quarter. So there was a bit of a mishap, and then the pass from 22 Alstead, and then the shot high beats, or did it kind of go low about waist side, but he beat the goaltender, Josh Imes, just inside that right or left post, depending on which way you're looking, and that goal again comes with 5:46 remaining, and we go back to the center circle. Trojans ahead by 1. We're past the midway point of the second quarter, and now Prowl wins that one, and he rushes the net, gives it up, and the Trojans have it following that goal, and now momentum starting to shift in their direction with 5.5 minutes remaining. 22 has it. That is Ryder Alstead. Now number 18, Will Maleka, and we're going to have a whistle, and we got a timeout by Coach Chad Herr, the head coach of the Wayzata Trojans, saw something he didn't like. And we have a timeout on the field with 5:26 remaining. It'll give us a chance to examine the Section 5A boys lacrosse bracket. And there you can see Wayzata at the top of your screen in the upper left-hand corner, the number 1 seed. They started down there. Benilde-St. Margaret's BSM, the number 2 seed, and they migrated. So we got the number 1 seed and the number 2 seed, and you really wouldn't have it any other way. You want a championship match to go to the state tournament. You want to have the 2 best teams, and that's what we got right here. And this game is not disappointing on the entertainment value, as the Red Knights finally got into it with 3 goals of their own after starting down 3-0. Halfway through the first quarter, they were able to tighten up their defense, find some offense. But just now, the Trojans have answered back after giving up 3 straight to take this 4-3 lead. Then the ensuing faceoff was won by the Trojans when they took their timeout. And here we are with 5:26 remaining in the second quarter. You can see the officials having a conference there, discussing something of a matter of importance, it seemed to me. Might be discussing how a player is playing and whether they should call foul or not. I know I never played lacrosse growing up. I did play basketball, and we would talk to the refs if we thought a player, just to watch it and see if we could talk them into making a call for us. Not sure that was what the case was, but always good that those officials are communicating. Okay, we're back underway, second quarter. Now with it to the near side is number 6, Brits. Or excuse me, that's Cam Johnson. Now the spin move, and now the ball's loose, and right there to force it away was number 13, Raphael Johnson-Nixon, the senior captain on defense, but the Trojans take it right back with number 22, Ryder Alstead, sneaking behind on the forecheck. Gets it right back to the Trojans with 4:47 remaining in the second quarter. Now to the far side, number 2, Bennett Brown. Brown now will try that left side. Now he'll take it down to the goal line, reverse position, much like a point guard, spinning, moving, passing. Now up to the top, to the near side. That's Cam Johnson. Johnson cuts back right, now behind the net as they wind it around. That's to number 5, Evan Weatherford, and now the shot goes wide right, and that was a quick bang play. Weatherford to number 22 on the replay. So here they wind it around. See how close this was right there, and the quick shot just misses, and that was lightning quick. And now he comes again. They do the same play to number 22, Alstead. And twice the Red Knights dodged 2 bullets there by Alstead, for sure. That must be a signature play for him. Another shot, and Imes goes down to the ground and makes the save. It's his 3rd consecutive save in a row. And the Red Knights have it with 3:46 remaining, and the pass ahead into the 4 offensive end, and the Red Knights moving quickly now with 2 nifty passes. Now Dylan Popane. He scurries now around the goal line, behind the net to David Langevin, now to the far corner, still behind the goal line. Red Knights trail by 1 with just under 3.5 minutes to go before halftime in this Section 5A final. And now Jack Anderson, the leading scorer, steps off the sideline, puts the move on, comes to the left side, gives it up to Langevin. Langevin pulls back around, now behind the net. Is that Gagnon? No, it's again, that was Colin Goodwater once again trying to get the same, and now it's in front of the goal. On the rebound, loose ball picked up by Benilde-St. Margaret's, and they put it in the net with 3:08 remaining, and they tied it up here at 4. Here's the replay. That was Goodwater. That's his signature play we're starting to see, and then the shot taken and the rebound by Goodwater, and he gets it after he hit the deck. He got up, and there's some big-time hits going on out there in front of the net, and we are tied at 4 with 3:08 to go. What a match we have here on this really beautiful night, except for the clouds at 74 degrees, no humidity, perfect conditions. And we go back to the center circle. Once again, 3:08 remaining in the half. Prowl versus Geerton. And we got a whistle from behind, and the Trojans are going to get the benefit of it, and they have it. Playback underway. 3 minutes remaining exactly in the half. We're tied at 4. Now the ball loose in front. And there's a scramble forward, and the Red Knights are going to get it on the errant pass. That is number 0, Cole Langevin. And the Red Knights will have it with 2:50 remaining. And now to that far side, that is Johnson-Nixon. Judah Johnson-Nixon now on the far side. The Red Knights have it. They come right in on the goal, and they get pushed back just at the last minute. Now to the near side, Dylan Popane. 2.5 minutes remaining. Anderson. Top of the key, that is Holton Vanderlinde, number 3. He has 37 points on the year. And the Red Knights slow it down, stepping off the sideline on offense now for the Red Knights. That's Griffin Elliott. And Elliott has it on the near sideline, spinning that ball, going against number 1, Tyler Schumann on defense for the Trojans. Now the pass to David Langevin. He pulls up, changes places with Elliott. Elliott now will try that left side, comes in, takes the shot, it goes wide left, out of bounds. And the clock stopped with exactly 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Red Knights retain possession. That's Dylan Popane. And play back underway, under 2 to go. Jack Anderson now along that goal line, extended on the near side. He rushes to the right side in the lane, takes a shot, and right there, this time Brendan Lavender, the Trojan goaltender, saw it all the way right to him and was there to make the save. And now the Trojans have it with 1:39 to go. Rushing into the offensive end, number 27, Jack Billingsley. And now Billingsley has to pull up as we've got a whistle and another timeout taken by Coach Chad Herr. His second consecutive timeout in this second quarter. Clock stopped with 1:31 remaining. And what a match we have here. I was commenting earlier before we had to interrupt our earlier broadcast to find another suitable location to set up shop here so we can bring you this broadcast. But couple keys that I saw here were the number of goals that each team has scored total for the season. It's been 181 for 138 for Benilde-St. Margaret's. Meanwhile, the Trojans have scored 181. That's a big goal differential. And then conversely, on the defensive side of things in the equation, the Red Knights have only given up 65 goals the entire season in 15 matches, and the Trojans have given up 106. The old adage, defense wins championships, but right now these teams could not be more evenly matched, and the score certainly bears that out as we are tied at 4 with 1:31 to go. And both these teams actually played the same, I would say, strength of schedule. They both played top 10 teams. Trojans are number 7 in the state coming into this one tonight. Red Knights ranked number 10. And it couldn't get more even than that. They probably both deserve to go to the state tournament, but they happen to be in the same section. And that's the way it goes. And here we are with 1:31 remaining in the second quarter. Timeout over with for Coach Chad Herr. My guess he's dialed up a play that they've been waiting, and this is a perfect time, tied at 4, to get the edge going into halftime. All teams want momentums at the break. All right, now to the near side. That is number 5 for the Trojans. That is Weatherford. Weatherford still with it on that far side. Being guarded closely by the Red Knights. I'll keep an eye on the time. Now top of the key, number 3, Sukup. Sukup will try to drive the right side of the lane. Instead, gives it up to number 18, Will Maleka. Maleka will try the left hash mark. Gets by the defender and gets pushed back, though, by Judah Raphael Johnson-Nixon. Now 1 minute remaining before halftime. Now working that left side, that's Sukup. Sukup gets pushed as he gets the shot, and it goes right into the basket of the defense, Cole Langevin. Now the Red Knights have it with 46 seconds remaining. Cole Langevin with it. Finds a wide open Dylan Popane. He's got speed, and there was a whistle as he had a 2-on-1 break, and the Red Knights took timeout. Just when Dylan Popane was rushing in, I thought they had one defender and the goaltender. Almost like a fast break, and they had numbers, but nevertheless, Coach Giuseppe Palermo of the Red Knights decided to take timeout, much for the same reason that Chad Herr did, the head coach for the Trojans, obviously to dial up a play that they have kept in their back pocket here for situations just like this. I don't care what sport it is, when you are doing your watching tape of your opposing team, you're looking and trying to devise a play that when you need it, when it matters most, you pull it out at that moment, and this is one of those moments. The only bigger moment would be if we were in the fourth quarter tied with 37.2 seconds remaining, to be sure. So we'll see what play they have dialed up here. Who's gonna get the call? Much like an NBA game, right? You know, they come out of the timeout, somebody's gonna get the ball, and if it's a Wolf, right, it's gonna be Ant most of the time. The Bulls back in the 80s and early 90s were in the NBA championships, came out with a timeout, game on the line. You knew who was gonna get it, and so that was number 23, Michael Jordan, and wonder if it's gonna be someone else in red for the Red Knights. Number 23, Jack Anderson, would be a prime candidate. All right, we're underway, but it is number 17, Griffin Elliott, but he does give it to Jack Anderson, 23, who gives it up to Holton Vanderlinde. Under 30 seconds to go. Inside, Popane takes a shot. He was wide open. He found the soft spot in that zone defense, but a great save by Brendan Levander. Now 18 seconds remaining, and the Trojans are gonna have to move quickly to get a shot on goal. 13 seconds remaining, and now they misplay it, but it comes right back into the basket of Billingsley. 8 seconds remaining, and now they'll play it out to midfield, so they're not gonna try to get a shot off after all. They're content to run out the clock, and they do a stoppage with 0.5 seconds remaining, merely academic. And I'm not sure, I'm looking to see what has occurred here with a half second to go. Don't think they called timeout, but the Red Knights do have possession, I believe, and the officials are right at midfield in that center circle. Oh, they give the ball to White with a half second to go. Is it even possible? It is in the NBA with a half second. I think they'll let him score with 0.3. Let's see where they start out. Okay, it's gonna be number 22, Alstead, on that far 45-yard line on the far side of the field. And they're just gonna throw it at the net from there, and it does not make it all the way. So there's the signal ending the first half. Our score, we're tied at 4. You're watching Section 5A Final Boys Lacrosse on ParkTV 16 Sports, streaming live on YouTube. Come on back for half number 2 as we step aside.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on Location. We are in Wayzata, Minnesota, bringing you boys Section 5A Lacrosse Section Final. The Wayzata Trojans, the number 1 seed at home, taking on the visiting number 2 Benilde-St. Margaret Red Knights, and we're tied at 4. 12 minutes on the clock to begin quarter number 3. 24 minutes total to decide who's going to go to the state tournament out of Section 5A. And we go back to the center circle to begin the second half. It's going to be Prowl for Wayzata in white on the faceoff, and he wins it easily against Girton as Girton goes down, and now with it, Prowl rushes it in the offensive zone. And the Trojans will get first possession, but there's a mishap on the near side, and getting there first and still scooping it up quickly was number 2, Bennett Brown. Great skill by Brown, able to retrieve that ball. An overlooked skill in lacrosse, probably not to the coaches and the players, but maybe to the rest of the audience. Just the ability to pick up those balls while you're getting jostled, downright assaulted, and keep the focus and scoop it up just as easily as Bennett Brown did is a huge skill which can lead to wins for sure. Possession of the ball is 9/10 of the game in lacrosse. Now on the far side with possession is number 8, Cullen Britz, the leading scorer. He'll spin around, takes a quick shot. Imes makes the save, rebound out to the near side, and the Red Knights have it. And there is a stoppage, however, an infraction. Is that going to give the ball back to the Trojans? Let's see here. It looks like it very well may. Clock stopped with 11:04 to go in the second quarter, and it looks like Britz is going to start out with it for the Trojans. And number 5, Owen Girton is on his knee in the invisible penalty box on the near sideline. So it's going to be a power play for the Trojans. The play underway, 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. All right, now Trojans, will they take advantage of the player advantage? I'm not sure if it's a 30-second or a minute advantage. And now a shot and a goal by number 18, Will Maleka. He came into the match with 16 on the year, 9 assists. And he puts the Trojans back up by 1. With 10:48 remaining, Maleka, there's that replay, and he beats Imes. And they take advantage of the power play with Girton on his knee in the penalty box. And we'll go back to the center circle at midfield for the all-important face-off. Red Knights now down again. They have never led. Trojans have had all the leads, and they go back up by 1, 5-4. And now we got a whistle, and they're going to call an infraction on Prowl, and that's going to give it to the Red Knights. Just what the doctor ordered if you're a Red Knight fan. They were down 3 early in the first quarter. They cannot afford to get down 3 in the second half. And now they have the ball with a chance to tie early in the third quarter. 10:38 remaining to be exact, and now with it, the leading scorer, Jack Anderson. He's got 1 tonight already as he plays catch with Holton Vanderlinde. Now he burns the defender. He's coming in. The big guy takes a shot, and the save by Levander. Ball loose in front. Still loose as they scramble for it, and a whistle will stop the clock. 10:20 remaining, and the Red Knights will retain possession on the whistle. So Anderson, he came in, had point blank on the doorstep on Levander, the goaltender for the Trojans. Couldn't get it to go, rebound, and now the Red Knights still have it. As we approach the 10-minute mark, look at Anderson, how he's able to snap that out of the air like that on the bounce pass. And now the pass intended for number 17, his teammate, Griffin Elliott. And that's going to be an unforced error against the Red Knights. It's going to give the ball back to the Trojans with 10 minutes remaining. And now on the near side with it is number 12, that's Odin Shawn. Gives it to number 6, Cam Johnson. Johnson across midfield into the offensive zone. Goes to split the defense as he wheels away and creates space for himself. And he wheels back around and pulls up shop. It's like pulling up the horses coming into town. And that is exactly what number 6, Cam Johnson did. Great wheels. And now the Trojans will settle it down, slow it down. With 9.5 minutes to go on the near side is Will Maleka. He just got that 5th goal. And now the poke check away, and there's that defense by the big red machine, Red Knights, and that's Nicholas Capo with it. Now on the far side, nifty pass, and now they'll try to work it up on that far sideline. And I believe that's Cole Langevin with it. It's hard to see his number, and that's Verrett actually, and now the pass intended for Brady Marcus, but it gets all the way through. Instead to David Langevin. It was a mistake. It was intended for Brady Marcus. It got by him, and there was David Langevin, Johnny on the spot. or I should say Red Knight on the spot, and he turns and lets it go and catches Levander way out of position. He was way outside the goal crease, and he got caught cheating there, and it's now 5 apiece. That goal comes with 9:09 to go. We'll go back to the center circle. Prowl against Girton. Great match here at ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. I'm Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us. Best game of the year, for sure. And the Trojans win that face-off. Scooped up with the long stick was number 18. Again, Will Maleka, and then he got it ahead to number 2, Brown. Brown loses it, and now a trip from behind. And the shot and a goal, but I thought there was a penalty, and there is Giuseppe Palermo. Very upset, as he should be, why that wasn't called. The trip was blatant right in front of the referee. First there was the poke check away, ball was loose, scooped up, and then the hack right there and the trip on Capo, committed by number 22, Alstead, and then the ball ended up in the back of the net, but it's gonna stand. No call, and the goal for Evan Weatherford. Weatherford came in with 17 goals on the year, 9 assists, and now he gets the Trojans' 6th of the night. And that infuriated the sideline of the Red Knights. And I think they had a valid argument there if that was a trip. All right, now face off, controlled by Prowl. He picks it up, and the Trojans, but he gets it hacked away from behind as the Red Knights answer back. Ball loose, and now it's picked up on the long stick, and that's Brady Marcus. He gets it back to Imes. Imes, outlet pass. Overshoots the Red Knight, but there's someone behind almost to get it, but now it's picked up. No, it's not. It's still loose on the near sideline as it gets hurled into the offensive zone, and there's a wide open Ryder Alstead with it. Now he loses it. Both teams playing magnificent defense here tonight, especially here in the second half. Now the lead pass ahead to Verrett. Verrett bounces it ahead on that far sideline, and the pace has picked up here in the second half, especially midway through the third quarter as we approach the 8-minute mark. Now with it, David Langevin, who got the 5th goal for the Red Knights. Gets it to Jack Anderson as he comes off the sideline, loses it momentarily. And now that is Griffin Elliott, number 17, with just under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Elliott comes right in, gets pushed back on defense nicely by number 14. That was Aiden Johnson, the junior defender. Got there just in time. Now skirting the defense with his speed, coming in, Holden Vanderlinden, he misses wide left. He used his speed and his legs to create an opening right there, point blank range, and just missed the net as Levander went to his knee. And now the ensuing play, it's gonna be a turnover against the Red Knights on the whistle. And the Trojan home crowd very pleased with that call. And now with the ball, number 27, Jack Billingsley. He'll bring it up from behind the goal line, turns back, now flicks it to the far side to number 12, Odin Schoen, and it goes out of bounds, and an unforced error now brings a groan from the home crowd. Now the Red Knights move quickly behind the net. 16, Leo Gagnon. Gagnon now to the far side. So 2 unforced error turnovers by each team gives the ball back to the Red Knights as we approach the 7-minute mark in the third quarter. 6-5 our score. All right, now Red Knights to the near side. That's Dylan Popane, gets pushed, still holds on to it, gets by the defender, tried straight opening, now a pass in front to Jack Anderson, and the save by Levander. Ball loose, rebound first, and the Trojans have it, and a great defensive play by the goaltender for the Trojans, Brendan Levander. And now the Red Knights putting on a little forecheck here. Ball comes out, bounces around, loose. Brady Marcus taps at it. Langevin taps at it. Now the Red Knights have it inside. A nifty pass and a cross check, no call. And the Trojans have it right back. This lacrosse intensity is starting to pick up, as it should in a final section match. Especially the Red Knights, they are really starting to apply the pressure in the second half. And now the outlet pass and the cross check from behind. And the hack. And now a flag. Stops the clock with 6:10 remaining. And it was getting a little chippy out there. The Trojans, the Red Knights feel, got away with one. And now they are pushing back right there. And then the hack on the ball. There had been no whistle. Home crowd upset. And the referees now are talking about it. Here's that replay right there. There's the cross check there, right in front of the official. No call. And I think that did frustrate the Red Knights, and they started to take shots of their own. And then that drew the flag, and I think the referees need to get some control of this match, because if they don't take control, the players will, and they will up the ante. Everything on the line for these guys, especially the seniors. And this is one tough sport. I think it's tougher than football. They don't wear the same pads, and they're running around just as fast, and they're checking just as hard, and all they have are shoulder pads and a helmet. And I think they're going to pick up that flag, as they should, if they're going to keep it fair. All right, now it's 6:10 remaining. 6-5 our score. No penalty on either transaction. And we'll see if the referees start to call a little tighter here in the third quarter. 6 minutes remaining. Now with it, number 6. That is Cam Johnson. Cuts back right, spin move down the left hash mark, gives it up behind the net to Bennett Brown. Now Brown on top to number 18, Maleka. Maleka tries the right side, now behind the net. Trojans with it, Brits. That's Brits at the top of the key. That was number 8 behind. No, that was Cullen Brits. Top of the key, number 6, Cam Johnson. Now Johnson with it. 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Trojans holding to a 1-goal lead. Now to number 22, the very speedy Ryder Alstead. Top of the key, Maleka. Now to 2, Brown. Brown rushes to the right side, quick shot, misses wide left, out of bounds. Trojans appear to retain possession. Clock stop with 5:16 remaining. In the corner, that's number 8 with it. Cullen Brits, he's their leading scorer. Now top of the key, and the whipping the shot was Bennett Brown. High, way high over the crossbar, out of bounds. Right there's the replay. Or maybe did it tick that crossbar? It may have. It goes so fast that sometimes it maybe didn't, but it was closer than I thought at first glance. Now inside, that's what's the beauty of replay. And on the ground, Alstead takes a gutsy shot. Spins that out of bounds. So now the Trojans keeping sustained pressure. They get too many chances. They're going to get one to go here and take a 2-goal lead now. Under 5 minutes to go. Top of the key, number 18, Will Maleka. Maleka splits the defense, gets pushed back around, now grounds it out to the near side. No, that's Brown. Brown spins, runs out of room, goes down on his own, and he turns it over on his own. And the Red Knights have it on the offensive end. Wide open in the corner, Red Knight comes in, Langevin, and it was late and the defense was there. They asked for a little too much there, the Red Knights. Tried to take advantage, and that speedy defense of the Trojans was able to catch up and prevent a bang-bang goal by the Red Knights, and now the Trojans have it again as we approach the 4-minute mark in the third quarter. Trojans now slow it down. They've got the 1-goal lead as Brits comes off, and number 18 has it, Will Maleka. Maleka catching his breath and now coming right back out. Brown came over to the sideline, and now they're waiting for him to come back, and they can do that. There's no shot clock in lacrosse. I wonder if one day they might decide to do that. I don't see a lot of the John Wooden 4 corners UCLA freeze the ball tactic. Now coming right in, the shot. Looked like it could have been a pass way off the mark. Out of bounds off the Red Knights will stop the clock with 3:39 remaining. Shots on goal favor the Trojans 13 to the Red Knights 11. Magnificent scoreboard here at Wayzata High School. All right now, ball. Cross pass out of bounds, and it went off a Red Knight, and the Trojans will keep possession. 3:24 remaining. Far sideline. Alstead will start it off. Foul behind the net to Brits. Brits now holding on to it. Verrett challenging him on defense. Takes the shot as he goes down. A lot of players hitting the deck tonight. I think it just shows they're really trying to lean in and get any kind of leverage they can, and the Trojans again will retain possession. So it's been quite a while that they've held on to it since they went up 6-5. Now coming in, Brown takes a shot, goes wide left again, and the Trojans will get it again with 3 minutes exactly remaining. Here's that replay as we see Brown in traffic, misses the mark again. Now Alstead turning around. Oh, the nifty flip pass to number 18, Maleka. Maleka now looking for some space, comes in, splits the defense, takes a shot, and Imes makes the save, deflects it out of bounds, and they're gonna give it to the Red Knights. And the Trojan fans can't believe it. They thought for sure Imes touched it. I looked at that replay, Paul. What did you see? I don't know if he got it or not. And now the ref, do you think he touched it? You couldn't tell on the replay. And let's see, the referees came over to confer. And there is number 24, Judah Johnson-Nixon, and they're gonna reverse the call, it appears. They are. The Trojans will retain possession with 2:43 remaining. So Imes must have touched it, I believe. All right, yeah, didn't it? But they reversed the call, so the Trojans get that call with approximately 2.5 minutes to go. Right now, exactly 2.5. All right, with it, number 6, Cam Johnson. Both these teams are in the toughest match of their season for sure. Makes this a great, great entertainment here. Glad you're with us on ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube as we watch Maleka stream to the right side. And sooner or later, they were going to get a goal as the Red Knights could not get possession back for several minutes there here late in the third. And it results in another goal by Will Maleka. And the Trojans go back up by 2 with 2:15 remaining. They lead 7-5, and Will Maleka with another goal this afternoon. And the assist is going to go to Cam Johnson. That was the 14th shot on goal by the Trojans. So the Red Knights down 2. We go back to the center circle with 2:15 again remaining in the third quarter. Red Knights shouldn't be too fazed by this. They were down 3 goals early in the first quarter, and they came back to tie it at 3. But now they're going to have their work cut out for them. And the Trojans get it again. The Red Knights back on defense, and you wonder about the fatigue factor. They've been playing sustained defense now for several game minutes, and for maybe 10 minutes of real time, and that can start to fatigue the defense if the offense can't get it back. All right, now 1:52 remaining. Maleka with it. He has 2 goals here in the third quarter, going for a third here. Tries that right side, and you wonder, the Red Knights, they do appear to be a little slower now. They've been on defense for quite a while, and now they're gonna get it, finally. Number 19 is Colin Goodwater, finally picks it up, and we got a whistle and a timeout taken by Benilde-St. Margaret's head coach, Giuseppe Palermo, and I think that's an excellent timeout by Palermo. His team had kind of been on the rails there on defense, so to speak. Hadn't gotten a break. And now they finally have possession and a good chance and an opportunity here for Palermo, his staff, and the team to regroup and to get a rest, especially if they give the ball right back to the Trojans when they start off on offense following the timeout. If anything, he needed to give his defense a rest. So very, very smart timeout by Palermo. And it was getting rough there for a while before the Trojans got their 7th goal. Some uncalled plays, letting him play, but then it was starting to get a little bit rougher. They actually initially called a penalty against the Red Knights, and then the referees conversed, and I think they made a good no call there, just because it appeared there may have been some no calls that could have gone against the Trojans, and they sort of gave a little equity there, for lack of a better phrase, and kind of evened it up there, which happens in all sports. You get a makeup call, especially in the NFL. If there's an obvious one, the referee will acknowledge it, and they usually make it up. So I think it's been very fair here so far. Our score is 7-5, minute and a half to go. Red Knights have it. They haven't had it in forever, it feels like, and now they'll start out looking for a goal before the third quarter ends, and that's Holton Vanderlinde. Starts it off. 1:24 remaining. Top of the key to Jack Anderson. Lights are on here at the home of the Trojans now. See if that has any impact. It certainly is easier for me to see the gray numbers of the Red Knights, that's for sure. Now that is David Langevin on that far side, coming to the near. Great defense by the Trojans, number 21. That was Dane Robeck. Now the Red Knights behind the net, David Langevin. Spins, takes a shot, misses the mark, out of bounds. Red Knights will retain possession with 51.7 seconds remaining. And that is Dylan Popane on the near side. Excuse me, no, that's Griffin Elliott, number 17. Top of the key, shot taken, deflected in front by Levander, rebound still loose on the near side. We got an arm up by an official and a push on the Trojans. Will give it back to the Red Knights with 39.6 seconds remaining. Langevin quickly with it on the near sideline, now behind the goal. Spin moves, comes back towards the near side, top of the key, hits his mark, rushing that far side. That is Colin Goodwater. Now on the far side, 24 seconds remaining. Red Knights looking for a last shot and a goal to give some momentum. Popane takes a shot, and Levander was right there. He had a perfect angle, saw it all the way, and deflected the ball out of bounds, stopping the clock with 15.3 seconds remaining. Red Knights will still have a chance here. Far corner. Langevin, 21, 9 seconds remaining. Coming in, gets double teamed, goes down to the ground, ball loose, and the Trojans have it with 2 seconds remaining. Big outlet pass into the offensive zone, and there's the horn signaling the end of the third quarter. So after 3 complete of this Section 5A boys final lacrosse, Wayzata leads 7-5. Come on back for the fourth quarter. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports.
Drownings are the #1 cause of accidental death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Designate an adult water watcher to watch kids in and around water. Save the phone calls and texts for when the kids are out of the water. Properly fence all pools with fences at least 4 feet high and with self-closing, self-latching gates. When above-ground pools aren't in use, remove the ladders. When pools aren't in use, cover them. Teach kids to stay away from drains. And if a child is missing, check the pool or spa first. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more, because you never know which pool safety step will save a life. Until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
Back to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We are on the beautiful campus of Wayzata High School, bringing you Section 5A boys lacrosse. And the Wayzata Trojans are 12 minutes away from going to the state tournament. If they can maintain their 2-goal lead, 7-5. I'm Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us here on ParkTV 16 Sports. 12 minutes to go to decide the state tournament entry out of Section 5A. And the Trojans have it in a 2-goal lead, and a great start for them at home, as that is number 6, Cam Johnson with it. Johnson spins around and now rolls it to number 18, Will Maleka. He's their captain out there. The senior holds the ball with a 2-goal lead, now under 11.5 to go until it's all said and done. Now behind the net, that's Britz to Bennett, top of the key, Cam Johnson. Johnson spin move, being guarded by Goodwater for the Red Knights, now behind the net. And the time of possession has been a huge factor. There's the shot, and he's on the ground, no call, they play on. And the ball now into the basket of number 24, Judah Johnson-Nixon. And now the Red Knights' first possession of the fourth quarter, down 2. Rushing that far side, that's Verrett. Verrett now across midfield, but just barely, and the Trojans putting on some big defense. And now he'll spin it in desperation, and the Trojans force that turnover. Now it gets hacked from behind, and now Holton Vanderlinde has it. Pass down below, in front, and a goal. Red Knights answer with 10:31 to go on the turnover, and a wide open at the doorstep. Let's go to the replay, as there's Vanderlinde, and it was wide open after that. He finds a wide open Red Knight at the doorstep who puts it in, and I still can't get that number. I don't know if you can help me with that one, Paul, but we'll listen to the PA announcer. Yeah, who scored? It's hard to see. All right, we'll wait for the PA announcer. Yeah, those dark gray numbers are hard to see. I don't think there is a number 4. Okay, now we go back to the center circle. You proved my point. Our producer is also trying to help me from the booth what the name of that player was. And it's hard to see the numbers. It's just a weird color of gray here against that red, especially in this kind of flat light with the cloudy skies. All right, but our score is 7-6. Red Knights have it again. Now with it, that is Colin Goodwater, the freshman. He's got a tough goal already, and now he has the ball, and now the momentum starting to shift back towards the Red Knights. Much like basketball, teams can get on a run, and that's what the Red Knights are hoping for right now with 10 minutes to go exactly in the fourth quarter. Now on the far side, Red Knights looking to tie it up. They've never had the lead, however. Langevin to the near side around to Popane. Popane fakes the shot, now goes to the top of the key, Vanderlinde. Vanderlinde now will go against the defender, that's Jack Adams. Comes in and scores it, and this is a streaky game, and that proves it right there. And now the Red Knights have tied it at 7 with 2 quick goals of their own. And let's go to the replay to see if we can. That was number 3, Holton Vanderlinde. He came in with 20 goals on the year. There he was. Vanderlinde let it fly and beat Brendan Levander. There was a lot of pace on that shot. That goal comes with 9:43 remaining, and now the Red Knights have answered back with 2 of their own. It was tied at 4 at halftime, then 7-5 at the end of the third quarter, and now the Red Knights, in the first 2.5 minutes, have answered back to tie it. So 9:43 to go to decide it. No better high school sports action than right here on ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. I'm Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us, and the Trojans get the benefit of that call. So now they'll go back on offense. Again, they have never been behind. And now they're tied again. I think this is the 3rd tie of the match after the Trojans got off to a 3-goal lead. It looked like they were going to run away with it early, and then the Red Knights answered with 3 of their own, and it's been back and forth ever since. Now the Trojans, and now an unforced error all the way out. And that's going to be a turnover against the Trojans, an unforced error. Gives it back to the Red Knights, and they're on a 2-goal streak here, looking to keep it going and get their first lead here in the fourth. Now Popane to Jack Anderson. As the Trojans spread out and push the perimeter of the offense. Now Holton Vanderlinde, he just had a goal. He may be feeling it. As he goes down, keeps possession of the ball, spins back up. Look at the agility of Holton Vanderlinde. Now coming in, the shot, and it goes wide left, taken by number 17, Griffin Elliott, the junior attacker. And the clock stopped with the Red Knights retaining possession with 8:49 and counting to go. Now Jack Anderson. Red Knights looking for their first lead of the match. Vanderlinde wide open, and a shot and a goal as he found Griffin Elliott, number 17. So he drew the double team that opened up the player, and he got a wide open shot at Levander, and the Red Knights get their first lead on their 3rd consecutive goal in the fourth quarter. Blows it by Levander on the left side, inside that left post, and the Red Knights now up by 1. 8-7 as they answer after giving up 2 goals in the third quarter. They just come back with 3 of their own in a row. And back to the center circle for the face-off. And I believe, is that Tyler Kirshner, number 10? I believe it may be. That's Prowl. And yeah, that is number 10, Tyler Kirshner, and the ball is won by the Trojans, and they needed that one to keep pace. Now down 1, their first time they've been down all match long. Let's see how they handle it. Now Cullen Britz with it, as the Red Knights defense is picking up in intensity following their 1-goal lead. Now coming around the near side, that's number 3, Sukup. Sukup comes in, shoots and scores, and ties it up. With 8:12 remaining, we've got a match here on ParkTV 16 Sports. This might already be the best lacrosse game I've ever seen. And there's the goal by number 3, Thor Sukup. He came in with 20 goals and 11 assists on the year. And we're tied at 8 with 8:12 remaining in the fourth. back to the midfield in the center circle. It's going to be number 10, Tyler Kirshner, the sophomore, to go against Marion Prowell, the senior. These face-offs are so critical, especially at this juncture of the match. 8-12, state tournament on the line. We're tied at 8. Face-off controlled by Prowell. He tries to block Kirshner. Ball still loose. I was surprised there was no Trojan there, but here comes Payne. Tries to get the shot off, and he answers right back in less than 10 seconds. It appeared that Prowell had won that face-off, and then the ball just sort of lingered there. There was no Trojan there to pick it up, and it somehow ended up farther in a scrum, and then it got kicked to Payne. And Payne gets double-teamed, and he gets that shot off miraculously and bounces it in high underneath the crossbar in the upper right-hand corner, and the Red Knights go right back up by 1 for their second lead of the match, both in the fourth quarter, 8:03 remaining. Face-off, center circle, Prowell versus Kirshner. Huge, these face-offs. And the Red Knights control it, but can they possess it? Vanderlinde does come away with it. And the Red Knights have it with a 1-goal lead, under 8 to go. And that is Vanderlinde. He'll slow it up. Jack Anderson will come off the sideline, the leading scorer. So will Griffin Elliott, number 17, and they'll wait for those folks as the clock winds down, and that's going to start to become a factor. 7.5 minutes remaining. And the Red Knights slowing it down. Now Payne tries that far side in front. Oh, wide open Langevin couldn't hold on to the ball. Otherwise, that could have been an almost certain goal. And the Red Knights retain possession. Clock stopped with 7:15 remaining. Vanderlinde with it. A little bit of slipperiness out there you can see on the field. I didn't have a chance to walk on it to get a gauge on it. And now good defensive play by the Trojans. Can they come away with it? But no, saving the day, Jack Anderson is able to scoop that out of midair, dodging a bullet. Now Payne with it, under 7 minutes to go. Red Knights clinging to a 1-goal lead. They were the number 2 seed. And they're playing the number 1 seed Trojans. They came in with identical records, 12-3. Both are ranked in the top 10, and this match is proving that. Now a trip from behind, and they hacked away with it. And there's David Langevin to pick it up. But they're going to reverse that call and give it to the Trojans on that transaction. And with it, behind the net, number 4, Ben Weekly, wide open. And I don't understand that long pass. A little bit of panic in that, I think. Still plenty of time left for the Trojans. And they gave it right back to the Red Knights, and that can be demoralizing for the Trojans right there. Can the Red Knights take advantage? Now into the offensive end are the Red Knights. And coming off the sideline, Griffin Elliott takes it from David Langevin. And it's awful quiet here at Trojan Stadium, that's for sure. They see the enormity of the moment as the clock winds down even further as we approach 6 minutes to go, and the Red Knights have it. 6 minutes exactly, clock stopped. Red Knights have it behind the goal. Rushing with it on the near sideline. Giving it up to Vanderlinde coming off the sideline. Vanderlinde now getting harassed by number 7, Colin Bierman. And the Red Knights are going to retain possession. Trojan fans around where I am broadcasting from thought that should have been their ball. And we got a Red Knight hurt on that far hash mark, just inside the 30-yard line on the right hash mark. And Coach Giuseppe Palermo comes out quickly to help him on his feet, and he does appear to be okay. That's Holton Vanderlinde, number 3. And he gets a round of applause. That is Vanderlinde. Clock stopped with 5:44 to go. Here's that replay of that pass to Langevin. Could have put the Red Knights up by 2, just missed. All right, now Vanderlinde comes off. Looks like he's going to be okay. Red Knights bring in number 19, Colin Goodwater in his stead. And in the near corner behind the goal line, starting out, that's David Langevin. 5:40 remaining, and now the turnover. What a great anticipatory call read by Colin Bierman. And now Bierman launches another one that got him in trouble last time, and it's up for grabs, isn't it? Now with it, going ahead, out of bounds, and the Red Knights are gonna get it right back. Deja vu all over again. Two big turnovers by the Trojans. This one coming with just nearing 5 minutes to go. Now rushing it for the Red Knights is Cole Langevin to the near side, Jack Anderson. Anderson now, and they only gave up 65 goals all year. They're known for their defense, and Anderson doing a nice job protecting the ball. Now Vanderlinde, who was shaken up earlier, now back in on the pitch, and we're under 5 minutes to go. Being guarded closely by Jack Adams. Now he'll come in, and the Trojans are gonna look to try to get this ball back as they find themselves down one with 4:43 and counting remaining in this match. Winner to go to state. Anderson, far sideline. Red Knights with possession still behind the net. That's Dylan Popane. He knows how to score it. He's got 19 on the year. Again, he goes down. Now he takes a shot, and that's a flag, a shot to the head. And Popane appears injured as he's holding his head. And that infraction, as we look at the replay, that's number 12, Odin Sean. Right there, right across the back of the head. That's going to draw the flag, and he comes off. And the referees are going to discuss it. Checking the scoreboard, the shots on goal now favor the Red Knights 16-15 with 4:21 remaining. And now the Red Knights with a 1-goal lead are gonna go on the power play. It's a question for how long. And they're still getting things set. And it appears we're about 1 minute penalty has been determined. So with 4:21 to go, the Red Knights with a goal lead and a player advantage. On the road, trying to get back to the state tournament. Trojans ranked number 7 in the state, Red Knights ranked 10th. Langevin behind the net to the far side, Griffin Elliott. Now to the near side, Dylan Popane. Vanderlinde, now Langevin. Back to Langevin, behind the net, awful quiet here. Vanderlinde. Popane, under 4 to go. 29 seconds left in the player advantage for the Red Knights. They whip that ball around, working the clock. It's a prevent defense sort of thing, which sometimes prevents winning, and there's a shot, and it's deflected by Levander, and out of bounds. That shot taken by Langevin stops the clock with 3:32 remaining in the match, 12 seconds remaining in the player advantage. Red Knights retain possession. 17 shots on goal for the Red Knights now. And they start off, 3.5 to go. Vanderlinde, top of the key, Dylan Popane at the doorstep. Langevin takes a shot, Levander makes the save. Ball loose, still loose, and the Red Knights come away with it. A huge rebound pickup by them, and they retain possession. Both teams at full strength. Vanderlinde tries that near side. 3 minutes remaining exactly to go to state. Vanderlinde tries that right hash mark, pulls up, reverses course, spins back, delivers a pass inside. Levander makes another big save. He's keeping these Trojans alive in nets. And now the Trojans have it. Plenty of time left, 2:44 to go. They've had difficulty bringing the ball up the last 2 times. And look at Coach Levander, goaltender Levander, way out of the net there. And a timeout taken by Wayzata. You knew that was going to happen. Coach Chad Herr calls timeout with 2:33 remaining in this one. Red Knights clinging to a 1-goal lead. They didn't lead at all in this match until the 4th quarter, and there is the brackets. Wayzata beat the Blake School, then they beat Maple Grove, then they got here, and they're trying to beat the Red Knights. Meanwhile, the Red Knights at the bottom of the bracket had an easy time against Hopkins, St. Louis Park. Then they took on Rogers, won handily. And here they are, two of the best teams in the state of Minnesota playing great lacrosse here. And now, after the Red Knights rallied for 2 goals to take a 1-goal lead, the Trojans will have the ball with the match on the line to go to state. Coach Chad Herr talking it over with his team. They're gonna go on offense here with a chance to tie. The home crowd senses how big a moment this is. All right, we're about to begin. 2 minutes, 33 seconds to be exact. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. Best lacrosse match I've seen. All right now, and you can hear, you can hear a pin drop here at Trojan Stadium. Now the Trojans have it. Number 2, Bennett Brown. Brown into the offensive zone. It does not get more exciting than this. With it, number 6, Cam Johnson. He'll try the right side, cut back left. That's Johnson Nixon trying to take the shot, goes wide right, misses everyone, and the Trojans will retain possession. Here's the replay as we watch Cam Johnson come in. And it goes wide right out of bounds. Now starting out with it is Ryder Alstead. He gives it up to number 8. That is Cullen Britz. He's their number 1 point getter this year. Came in with 69 points, 39 goals, 10 assists total. Britz. Johnson Nixon, and his shot goes out of bounds. That was taken with just under 2 minutes to go, 1:56 remaining to be exact. Britz took the shot, went for that far right post, couldn't find it. Meanwhile, Wayzata will retain possession with 1:56 to go. That is number 8, Cullen Britz. He's their big knocker out there. He's a senior, or is he? Yes, he is. Right in front, the shot, he just missed the left post. I had a perfect angle on it. He missed it by about 6 inches as he put the move on the defender. Oh, and he went down, and it was one-on-one as Johnson Nixon got there maybe just in the nick of time to get him to flinch. 1:38 remaining, play underway. Trojans retain possession. Can the home crowd watch this? All right, Will Maleka. He's been hot scoring tonight. Look for him to take a shot. Britz took a couple opportunities, and now he's going to get another one perhaps. Ball loose, and there's the defense of the Red Knights coming up big. And now a panic shot, and there the goaltender, Lavander, at midfield, gets it poked away. Ball loose, and a timeout taken by Wayzata saves the day for the Trojans. Clock stopped with 1:12 remaining. So both teams displaying a little bit of nerves as we go to the replay. That's Cullen Britz, and the great defensive play. It just flew out, yep. Tried to make too quick of a move, and he couldn't control the ball. That gave it up to the Red Knights, and then a little bit of a panic feeling pass in wide down the field. And it really wasn't to anyone in particular, just a general area, and there were 2 Trojans there to intercept it. And as the ball was loose, the timeout was taken. And I wasn't sure, Paul, if a Trojan actually had possession. And can you call a timeout with the ball just loose? Interesting thought process there. I know in basketball you can't call timeout unless you have possession of the ball. So I'm not sure if we saw that on the replay either. Nevertheless, it's going to be Trojan ball, I believe, with 1:12 remaining. And I don't know, is there such a thing as pulling the goaltender in lacrosse? I've never come across this question. I don't think I've broadcasted a match this close with this much on the line. Here we are, 1:09 to go. The Trojans have it. With it, number 2, Brown comes right in. And a flag goes up from behind. It's going to be called on Raphael Johnson-Nixon. The pass and the shot taken by Brown. He came right in point blank, and they're going to call a trip right there as the shot was defended well by Imes, the goaltender, and there is exactly 1 minute to go, and it's going to be a 30-second penalty. So the Trojans are in a great position here with 1 minute to go and a 30-second power play. So it's all theirs for the taking, isn't it? Can they tie it up at home? The #1 seed. With it, now behind the net, that's Weatherford. Weatherford looking. He's like a point guard behind the net. Now, top of the key, near side, Brits. Maleka, inside on the doorstep, the shot and the save by Imes. The ball's loose, and the Red Knights have it with 38 seconds to go. Kopa has it, behind the net to Imes, and now over to Judah Johnson-Nixon, the big 250-pounder. Will hold on to that. He's a big kid, and he's getting hacked, and now a whistle from behind. And the Red Knights have it, and they are celebrating on the near sideline, but there is still 25.1 seconds remaining. And we're going to have a penalty on that play. Anyway, there is timeout on the field, and the Red Knights have taken the timeout. They have the lead with 25.1 seconds remaining. If they hold on, it would be a mild upset based on the rankings. The Red Knights were 10th in the state. Trojans were 7th. They had identical records. They both had equal strength of schedules. Both had played 4 teams in the top 10 all year long. Couldn't be more evenly matched, these two. What a match this is. Regardless of the outcome, it's been great lacrosse. Now Imes coming out. He's on his knees saying a prayer with 25.1 seconds. How do we get that on camera? Yep, there's the prayer. Trojans now coming from the sideline slowly. And anything can happen in lacrosse. This game is lightning fast. A quick poke check, a pass, a shot, and a goal can happen really fast. So don't go anywhere, especially if you're a Trojan fan. This is not over. They're going to have to come up with a bit of a miracle. I will admit that, but it can happen. All right, now Holton Vanderlinde will have 3 Red Knights around him. He's going to start it out being triple teamed. And there's the whistle, 25 seconds, and there's the big guy, Judah Johnson-Nixon, coming in, takes a shot and scores it with the goalie pulled. Can you believe it? Judah Johnson-Nixon, the senior defender, ices it for the Red Knights. Look at that shot, no one in net. Kind of hard to believe that. Why there wasn't, as Johnson-Nixon celebrates. Judah Johnson-Nixon used his side, his stability, his size and his stability with that ball, and then what a magnificent goal. The heads up to even do that. I thought he was going to shoot it just to get time off the clock, but he actually put that on net. And now we go to the center circle, and you know what? With 19.6, I've seen 2 goals scored sooner than that. But the Trojans got to go, and the first thing they got to do is get the ball. 14 seconds remaining as they rush in on the far side. That's Brown. 10 seconds remaining. Brown coming in, takes a shot, goes wide left, out of bounds, stops the clock with 7.3. And the Trojans are going to keep possession, but they are down 2. And with it is Cullen Brits. There's the whistle. 7 seconds remaining. In front, the shot. Misses the mark, out of bounds, stops the clock with 3.7 seconds. And they start it up again, and the clock runs out, and that's it. The Red Knights come from behind to beat the #1 seeded Trojans, and they win 10-8. So for Paul Broden, our producer, we got awards, so we're gonna stay with us as we bring you the awards ceremony. And the Benilde-St. Margaret Red Knights, the #2 seed, go on the road to upset the Wayzata Trojans in a come from behind fashion as they win it 10-8. They were down 2 coming into the 4th quarter, and they get the victory to seal their ticket to the state tournament, and a very disappointed Trojan crowd, to be sure. But they had a great season. They will finish the year 12-4. Meanwhile, the Red Knights will improve to 13-3. And they will await their matchup in the state tournament rankings, which will probably be determined this weekend. And the state tournament starts, I think, June 10th, and I believe it might be at Eden Prairie High School. And check the Minnesota State High School League website for those brackets as the teams exchange handshakes there at center field, and there in the foreground there is Judah Johnson-Nixon, who came up big at the end. And great sportsmanship on display. Both these teams fought like the Dickens, didn't they? And I said it a couple times during the broadcast, this is the best lacrosse game I've ever seen. It really lived up to the hype, didn't it? Trojans got off to a 3-goal lead. We had some technical difficulties with our broadcast. We had to relocate, and when we came back, it was 3-0, and then the Red Knights got back within 3-1, and then they eventually got it tied at halftime 4 apiece. And if I'm not mistaken, it was 7-5 at the end of 3 quarters, and the Red Knights exploded for 5 more. And the Wayzata Trojans just could not keep pace, and it really was a seesaw battle. And the winner was not at all certain until just the last minute of play, which contributed to the excitement of this one. As we await the setup of the awards ceremony here. Benilde-St. Margaret's is going to go back to the state tournament with a 10-8 win. Incredible stuff. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast here on ParkTV 16 Sports. This is likely going to be our last broadcast for the 24-25 athletic year. It's been a heck of a year. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast, beginning all the way in soccer last year, volleyball, football, then the hockey, both boys and girls, basketball, both boys and girls. Just great athletic. Then we got into basketball in the tournament. The Red Knights against Orono in both boys and girls. Red Knight girls went all the way and won the state tournament. Red Knight boys couldn't quite get over the hump in their section final against Orono in boys basketball. Then we moved on to spring sports, and it's been all lacrosse. Red Knights girls, Red Knights boys, also St. Louis Park High School. The girls Red Knights, the girls lacrosse team had a great year at St. Louis Park as well. All right, now, I don't know if they can hear the PA announcer, but I'll do my best to translate. So the activities directors for both schools will award the medals and trophies, and they'll start off with the Wayzata Trojans. Certainly a disappointed bunch. And now the medals award ceremony shall begin. Number one coming out to receive his medal, that's Tyler Schumann. He's a senior, so his last match of his career. And then next is Bennett Brown, also a senior. 41 goals, 9 assists on the year. Then number 3, Thor Sukup. He's a sophomore. He'll be back next year. He had 31 points coming into this one. Then Ben Weekly, the junior defender. He'll be back. Evan Weatherford, another senior. He came in with 26 points on the year. This is his last match. Cam Johnson, number 6, junior attacker, 25 points on the year. Coming into this one, he'll be back. Then number 7, Colin Bierman, senior midfielder, his last match. Then Cullen Britz, a senior. He came in with 69 points, nearly 40 goals, 10 assists. His last game tonight. Sean Hoffman, number 9, the junior attacker, he'll be back. Number 12, Odin Sean. He came in with 6 points, the junior, he'll be back. Then Luke Palasek, sophomore, number 13. Then number 14, Aiden Johnson. Nice touch here, a Red Knight coming over to congratulate each player individually. I haven't seen that in any award ceremonies before in other sports. Nice touch. Now with it, number 15, Camarian Prowell, the face-off specialist for the Trojans. Now 16, Jack Adams. He's a junior defender. Will Malika, he's a senior. So Trojans graduating a lot of seniors who are at the top of the leaderboard in scoring columns for the Trojans. So there'll be some turnover on that team for next year. So obviously the disappointment is obvious. There is Teddy Peterson, a freshman. He'll be back. Then Tommy Colmanero, number 20, a junior. Then Dane Robeck, number 21. He's a senior. That was his last match. Then Ryder Alstead, he'll be back. He's a great player as well. He had 42 points coming into this one. Then Tyson Ulrich, sophomore. Then 26, Match Leach. Ulrich was a sophomore, Leach is a freshman. Jack Billingsley was a prolific player on defense for the Trojans. He's a sophomore, he'll be back next year. Then 28, Brendan Ring, senior. And then the stellar goaltender for the Trojans. He really kept them in it for certain stretches of this match. Brendan Levander, he's just a sophomore. He'll be back next year. And then, of course, they're acknowledging the student managers. Kenzie Darula and Grace Anderson. They come out to get their awards or their medals. Assistant coaches for Coach Chad Herr of Wayzata's Brandon Carlson and Josh Swart. They trot out to get their well-deserved medals and a great year for Wayzata. And then next should be the award. And now head coach Chad Herr. He walks out to get his medal as well from the activities director.
And now with the captains from the Wayzata High School boys lacrosse team, please come forward.
And now the captains, that's Cullen Britz.
Second place trophy.
Upsets the trophy, and obviously a very dejected Trojan team.
Congratulations to the Trojans.
To be understood, it'll take some time for them to get over it, but they'll look back on these years in college and beyond with great memories, fond memories. But right now, it's very painful, and that's understandable for sure. All right, now the Red Knights, the number 2 seed, will now step forward to get their medals. We'll try to identify them as they each step forward individually. And first up is the senior, Cole Langevin, defender. No relation to David Langevin, I came to understand. Now Billen Popin, senior, extends his season as well.
Number 2, Vincent Verrett.
Another senior, Vincent Verrett. Number 2.
Number 3, Holton Vanderlyn.
Next up, the junior. He'll be back next year, but he still has more lacrosse ahead of him at the state tournament. Holton Vanderlinde, who had a goal tonight, came in with 37 points. Then Owen Girton, their face-off specialist, the senior, number 5.
Number 10, Tyler
Next up, number 10, the sophomore defender, Tyler Kirshner.
Number 11,
Next, Brady Marcus, the junior, left side midfielder.
Number 12,
He's a junior.
Paulson.
Then number 12, Brady Paulson, he's a junior. Next up, Raphael Johnson Nixon, senior captain, number 13. Big force on defense for the Red Knights. They're gonna miss him next year. Next, Max Rasmussen, backup goaltender, junior.
Number 15, Carter.
He'll likely be the starter next year as the senior goaltender, Josh Imes, will be graduating at the conclusion of this season. Next was then Carter Tanius, number 15, then number 16. He's a sophomore, Leo Gagnon, sophomore. Came in with 19 points on the year, as did number 17, Griffin Elliott. He came in with 19 points on the year. He's a junior, he'll be back. 18, Max Riley, the senior midfielder. Extends his senior season to the state tournament. Then Colin Goodwater, he had a gutty goal in the first half. May have been the guy that got the first one for the Red Knights. The freshman went down hard. He came in with 13 points on the year, 10 goals, 3 assists, freshman, he'll be back. Then number 20, Will Kruzmark, the junior defender, he'll be back. Then David Langevin, the sophomore, came in with 29 points, he'll be back. Nicholas Capo, the senior defender, captain, had a great season that will continue to the state tournament, but this is his last section final. Then Jack Anderson, another senior, the leading goal getter, 24 goals on the year, 30 points. And then Judah Johnson-Nixon, who put the cherry on top with that 10th goal right at the end. The senior, Josh Imes, the junior goaltender. I guess he will be back next year. I misread it before. He was going to be a junior. Then Raymond Yearhot, freshman, number 26. Then Court Engelsma, sophomore. And then number 34, the senior Cameron Kirshner. He had 4 points, 3 goals, 1 assist on the year. He'll extend his senior season into the state tournament. Next up, the managers for Benilde-St. Margaret's, Brant Kaltsas and Caden Thorpe, receiving the awards from
Assistant coaches Drew Peterson.
Judy Koski, and then assistant coaches Drew Peterson and Joe Weichert.
And Joe Weichert.
And next up will be their very charismatic head coach, Giuseppe Palermo, to accept his medal.
And head coach Giuseppe
There he
Palermo.
is right there. Shaking hands with Chad Herr. Good sportsmanship. And it's the sportsmanship that's the lifelong lesson that they'll carry through to their professional lives following their post-high school studies or careers or whatever they decide to do. And there are the Benilde-St. Margaret Red Knights, the number 2 seed, upsetting the Trojans on the road, accepting their first place trophy and the championship in Class 5A, Section 5A, going to the state tournament once again, the Red Knights. This time they weren't the leading team coming into the tournament as they had been in years past. They had to work for it and fight for it on the road. And there, their appropriate celebration as they win the Section 5A, and they'll await their opponent this weekend when the Minnesota State High School League gets together. So for Paul Broden, our producer, and Nick, our cameraman, my name is Robert Christensen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again. Have a great night.